there everyone, I'm Teacher Reacher once more, and in this video, we are going to talk about Philippinism. What's that? So let's learn together, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's go!
Ano nga ba ang Philippinism? Let's find out! Philippinism refers to the practice of contextualizing thoughts, ideals, and life experiences in a Filipino ideal. Sa madaling salita, ginagawang angkop ang isang bagay sa ating pagiging Filipino. At ito ay applicable din sa ating paggamit ng wikang Ingles. Kaya ang Philippinism ay tinatawag ring Philippine English, na minsan ay informal dahil tayong Filipino nga lang naman ang nakuunawa na to at gumagamit. At sometimes ito rin ay grammatically incorrect. Imagine yung noun ginagawang verb, yung verb ginagawang noun. At syempre, Philippinism ay minsang hindi natatagpuan sa dictionary. So, may mga salita na ginagamit tayong mga Pilipino na hindi naman talaga nag-e-exist. Kaya nga tinatawag nila ang English to be the most tortured language in the world. Kasi ang daming version. Imagine, merong Korean English, may Philippine English, may Chinese English, and so on. Here's my opinion about using it. Philippinism is not immoral. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person if you're going to use it. O kaya naman ay you're less educated kasi gumagamit ka na to. Pero payong kaibigan lamang. Don't use it in a formal communication. So alam ko, you wanna know more about it. So here are some examples of Philippinism. Number 1. CR or comfort room.
I'll talk to you later. I'll go to CR first, okay?
Kahit naman ako ay gumagamit ng salitang comfort room, but if I'm going to talk to somebody who is a native speaker of the English language, baka magkaroon ng problema. Originally, it is a room in a public building or workplace furnished with amenities such as facilities for resting, personal hygiene, and storage of personal items. And sa panahon ngayon, hindi na siya masyadong ginagamit yung salitang comfort room. Instead, they're using restroom, ladies room, and men's room. At pwede rin naman natin gamitin yun dito sa Pilipinas. But in the Philippines, yung comfort room refers to a private or public toilet. So, don't go to the restroom yet. We have more to talk about. Number 2. Next week.
Don't worry. I will go there next week.
Okay naman ang next week. Cute nga eh. Actually, sa Urban Dictionary, you will find that phrase, which means not next week, but the week after. Para sa mga native speakers, it is not generally accepted, lalong-lalo na sa mga stricto sa grammar. Tayo mga Pinoy kasi mahilig tayo sa mga inuulit-ulit tulad ng major, very, and last. At itong mga to ay informal. So, I highly suggest na palitan mo yung next week ng ganito. I will go there the week after next week. O diba? Mas magandang pakinggan? So guys, subscribe to my channel now, not the week after next. Number 3. Senatorial balls.
I don't know who to vote among the senatorial balls.
Acceptable naman ang salitang senatorial ball dito sa Pilipinas. But when I tried looking for it in the dictionary, I could not really find it. Simply, the word does not exist. Pero ano bang pwede natin gamitin instead of senatorial ball? We can say senatorial candidate. So, here's an example. I should have not voted for him when he was still a senatorial candidate. Sino kaya yun? Well, number 4. For free.
Get this. Don't worry. It's for free.
Okay naman ang for free. Kasi libre. Joke lang! Grammatically incorrect ang for free. Sa prepositional phrase na ito, ang preposition na for should be followed by a noun or a pronoun. Kaso, ang free ay isang adjective. So, mali na. Ano ba ang tama? Free of charge. Here's an example. This tutorial is free of charge. You don't have to pay. Number 5. Aircon or ref?
It's so hot. I think I need to buy a new aircon or maybe a ref too.
Ang cool kaya ng aircon and ref. Pero pag kumausap ka ng Amerikano, maaaring hindi ka niya agad maintindihan. Kasi hindi tulad ng mga truncation na math, gym, and pen, yung aircon and ref ay parang ginagamit lamang dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya matatawag natin ito na colloquialism or informal language. Pagka ganito, I suggest don't use them in writing a letter, during interview, or delivering a formal speech. Okay? So are you watching this video using your phone? Cell phone? Number 6. Fall in line.
Guys, you need to fall in line.
In the dictionary, fall in line means to obey someone or do what other people want you to do. Pero sa Pilipinas kasi, pag sinabing fall in line, dapat ikaw ay pumila. Makes sense kasi pag pipila ka, dapat sumunod ka naman talaga. Pero mali yun kasi hindi yun yung eksaktong kahulugan ng fall in line. So, instead of fall in line, pwede natin sabihin yung form a line, make a line, or line up. For example, the children should form a line before getting their meal. With all this, I hope you will fall in line. You will obey. Number 7. Salvage.
You know what? That guy was salvaged last night.
Salvage means to save or rescue. Kung verb. Kung noun naman, it is the act of saving. Pero sa Pilipinas, salvage means extrajudicial killing. O diba total opposite meanings? Well, I hope that this video salvaged you. Now, please comment down the 7 examples of Philippinism in this video. Then, give the word or phrase that is more acceptable to replace each. I hope you learned something new. To God be the highest glory.